Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today I'm going to be continuing this rose bouquet that I got from Amazon. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So this has been a process, you guys. It's been a minute since I've continued doing this bouquet, but I am going to finish it. I've added all these videos in my crochet playlist, but just the bare minimum that we're going to be using for today in these kits. I have a pack of safety pins, the crochet safety pins. I have the crochet needle that comes with it. This one is a 2.5 millimeter hook. And then I already did 3 flowers so far. They're not put together. I'm waiting for the assembly stage of this, but we have this yellow one. We have this kind of pink fade one. And then we have this yellow fade one. I don't know what they're called, but I've been just using this instruction book that's in this kit, starting from left to right. So I did the yellow rose, I did the gradient rose, the gradient pink yellow rose, and today I am doing the gradient yellow rose. Okay, so like I said, this is going to take a bit, but we're going to get there. This is a rose bouquet, so there's mostly roses on here. And I believe I've been doing these videos in righty. So I'll be using my right hand today. If you need me to do the lefty video, let me know. I normally will do it after, but since this is so lengthy, I probably won't. But if you are a lefty and you have this kit and you would like to see a lefty video, comment below or email me and I can do that for you. So for today we're using milk white, melon yellow, chicken yellow. So we have our milk white, we have our melon yellow, and then we have our chicken yellow. So first take out the milk white yarn, that's what we have here. Working into a chain, 53 chains. Start crochet hook at the position of the penultimate stitch, 52 single crochet stitches to the end. Okay, last stitch marked with a marker clasp. Okay, so let's dissect that. If you're just hopping in and this is all new to you, let's start by casting on our first chain, or the beginning of our first chain. So since I am using my right hand, you want to comfortably hold your hook lightly. I hold it like this because the lighter the stitch, the less tension in your arms, so they won't get tired right away, and your stitches tend to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh, where is my words? Uniform. Okay, so what we're going to do is I got my pinky and ring finger and my thumb. I'm going to hold that at the end of the yarn here. Then I'm going to take my index and middle finger and we're just going to hold the yarn here about, you know, what is that, 2 inches away? Enough so that we can take our hook here, hook side up. We're going to lay it down perpendicular to the yarn like this. Then we're going to go down, out, and around to make like a loop. So I'll do it again slowly, right across perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around to make a little loop. You can hold that there, your middle finger, right where it's twisting behind the hook, so you can let go of your left hand. I'm going to gather up some yarn like that. Alright, so now from here I want to pinch the end of this yarn. We want to slide the hook down towards the end without losing your grip there, just like that. Now you take your middle finger again, you want to hold it right where it crosses. What I'm going to want to do, you see how it's forming a loop right now? I want to pinch it right at the bottom. So let's just pinch it like that so you get that loop and you can't pull anything. Now what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, and to yarn over, you take your yarn from behind, put it in front like that. Let me do that again. So this is a yarn over. You want to basically put your yarn in front or over your hook like that. And now we're going to pull that yarn that we just put over the hook. We're going to slip it through this loop just like that. Okay. So now before we go ahead and start tightening things up, you want to pinch the end of that yarn. Now we're going to overhand our little hook here. We want to push this knot towards the end of that yarn as far as you can go. You'll see the knot starting to tighten up. Just keep pushing it down so you can't push it anymore. Okay, then you want to take your pinch here and pull out this little piece just to tighten up that knot just a little bit more, but not too tight. You want it nice and snug. Then I'm going to grab the knot with my index and thumb here, and I'm going to slide it closer to the hook. So just clamp on this, pull this side out, and then pull that knot towards the hook. So we'll do that. It should be very easy for you to do. We're not going to pull it all the way. You want to leave a little slack because we are going to start crocheting through this. So just like that, and then we've casted on our first beginning before the chain. I don't know, casting on the hook. I don't know what it's called. So now we have to do 53 chains. So let me show you how to do that. That's fairly easy. So we're going to take the hook, we're going to yarn over like we did before. So bring that yarn from the back over to the front, and we're going to slip this through the loop just like that, and we created our first chain. Let's do this again. So we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to slip this through the loop. So now we have two, as you can slowly see, 1, 2 on there. It should be clear. Let's yarn over again. We're going to do another one, 3. So now you can see we have this braid forming. That's exactly what you want to see. If you're a beginner, don't expect it to look uniform. If it is, that's awesome. If not, over time it will be. You just need to take some practice. When I started out, insane. All of these different sizes. Some you couldn't even stick your hook into because it was so tight of a chain. But as I got older and more practice, my chains are almost uniform. So we have 3. We're going to do 50 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can always, we're always going to double check our counts after. So even if you think you might have missed some, just keep going, and we can just count back, and you can just finish up how much you missed if you missed any. Now, if you find this rather slow, click on the gear button on the corner of the screen. There's a playback option to either slow down or speed up the video. So you can do that. If you're more of a visual person, you can click on the CC button for closed captioning and then lower the volume on your phone. So now we have to do 40 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I guess I'm doing this in increments of 10. I just got to gather up more yarn. Okay, so I think I have to do 30 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Uh-oh. So this might happen. The yarn that they provide is not that great. So it's like it frays like this. So if that happens, you can always just undo the stitch, put your hook back in, and then continue. But definitely do that. You don't want to leave it to where you're like, ah, forget it, I'll just, you know, get the rest later, because it's just gonna not look nice. And it might tangle yourself in case you have to undo the stitch. But yeah, since I kind of lost my place, I'm just gonna count this off. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, and then you always want to double count when you're done, just to make sure you are where you need to be. So we're going to count back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh, and I have an extra one, just to make sure there's nothing wrong with 1,000 times counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3. I did one extra. Okay, 53. Yes, like I said, always double check your counts. So now we have to do end up with 52 single crochet stitches, and how we do that is when you have a chain and the next row you want to be single crochet stitches, we always want to stick our hook on the second chain from the hook. So you see how you have this nice braiding here. Normally you would stick it, if you hold it like this, because this is the front side, this would be the top loop, and then this would be the bottom loop. So normally you would stick your hook in the top loop. Now you can do that, but what I've been doing is sticking it in the back, because you end up with a nice braid at the bottom. If you stick your hook in the top loop, you kind of lose that braid. So that's why I go into the back. So now if we flip this braid to the back, upside down, you see these little humps in the back? This is the side profile. See those little humps? You put them in there. This is on its back, on the front. You're seeing the back side. You can see the humps. That's where I'm going to be putting my hooks so that I can preserve this beautiful braiding we have here. So when we do a single crochet, it's always the second chain from the hook. And that's how we're going to end up with 52, because right now we have 53. So we're skipping one, and then we're going to put our hook. Like I said, I'm going to put it in the back hump here. Like that. That's the back humps. Now, to continue this single crochet stitch, you want to yarn over, and you want to pull this through that hump, like that. So now we have 2 loops on our hook. Then you want to yarn over again and pull that through both loops. And that's a single crochet stitch. That's how easy it is. So we're going to do another one. You want to put your hook into the next stitch. Like I said, you could put it on the top loop if you want. I'm going to put it not in the bottom, but the back loop here, this hump. So into the next stitch. Now we're going to yarn over again, pull that through the loop. We're going to yarn over again and pull that through 2 loops, just like that. So now we have to do this 50 times. So I'll show you one more time. Into the next stitch, put your hook into that back loop there, just like that. Then you want to yarn over and pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over again and pull that through 2 loops. So you see we're now creating a new braid, but we still have the braid underneath. Okay, so now we have to do 49 more. So till the end of the line, and then we can double check our counts at the end. So this time I don't have to be so loud about it. Count to myself. I'm not going to actually count till I finish. But yeah, just keep doing your single crochet stitches. Again, if you need to, you can always rewind the video, and you can change the speed from fast to slow or slow to fast in case you missed anything or you want to speed up things. So I'm going to do something different with this video. If you've seen the previous videos, I've either time-lapsed it, which is insane because you can't, it's too fast, or I've just cut it out. I think I'm just going to stop this here, and then we're going to continue back when I get to the end of my 52 single crochet stitches, and then we'll move on to the next steps, just because this is all repetitive. But leave a comment below if you don't want to do that and just show the whole thing next time, just because these videos tend to be like 2 hours long, which is a little crazy. So you let me know, but I'm just gonna cut away, and then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna count my stitches, and we're going to move on to the next round. Just finish this one, and then I'll cut the video. Oh, and let me just show you the underside. So this is the new braid that we're doing, but this is the old braid that we originally did. See how we retain that? It's very nice, very clean that way. All right, let me cut this out, and we'll jump back in when I've done the 52 single crochet stitches. Okay, so I'm back. Let's count 52 stitches. just to make sure that we have the right amount. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 51, and 2. So now we're moving on to the second round, which is chain 5, turn, and then we're going to do a double crochet in place of the marker. Oh, I have to place the marker. Let me show you how to do that. Okay. So you take one of your, I don't remember how many in the kit they give you. I just happen to have a bunch of these. But what you want to do is take the pointy end and we're going to slip it through front and back loops of the last stitch you made. So you see this braid here? We're going to put this in the front and the back loops. So that whole braid, we're putting the marker in. And that's it. Okay. So yeah, double crochet in place of the marker, then chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet 17 times in this parentheses. All right, let me gather up some yarn here. So crochet instructions are like the order of operation in math. Sorry if I'm being nerdy, but as you see parentheses and brackets. So this parenthesis is a whole operation, right? We do two chains, and then we have to do these brackets. The brackets are what we is a group that goes into one chain. Right, let me do this so I don't sound like confusing as heck. And the parentheses, you times it by 17. So if that makes sense when I say it's like order of operation in math. So let's chain 5 first. We've done the chain before. You yarn over, pull that through the loop. We're going to do this 4 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to turn. So the way we've been crocheting, we've got our rows like this. Turning it is pretty much flipping it so that we see the back side of that row. So now we're going to see the back, right? Okay, so after we turn, we're going to do a double crochet in place of the marker. So I'll show you how to do a double crochet. We have to yarn over. We're going to stick our hook in place of that marker. So put your hook into that same stitch that we put the marker in. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops again. So just in case you didn't catch that, I'm going to redo this one and show you again. So you see how we have this marker here and we're pulling that stitch wider open. You want to yarn over, then you want to stick your hook into that wide open stitch, right? Then we want to yarn over again and pull up a loop. Then you want to yarn over again and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. That's a double crochet stitch. Okay, so double crochet stitch in place of the marker. So you can technically remove this. I'm just going to leave it on there for now. Okay, so then we have to empty 2 stitches. So what they mean by that is do 2 chains, So we're going to do 1 and we're going to do 2. Okay. Or does it mean that? It doesn't mean that. Never mind. Take it back. Sorry. I take back those 2 chains. Empty 2 stitches, because they say it, the wording is so different from all the other instructions that I've seen, but I think because this is translated from another language, empty 2 stitches means we're going to skip these 2. Okay, so you see the stitches here? Count 1, 2. We're not going to use those. We're going to stick our hook into the next one. But let's see what it's saying. So we skip 2 stitches and we're going to do a double crochet, 2 chains, and a double crochet in 1 stitch. So let me show you how that is. So like I said, we're going to yarn over because we're going to do our double crochet stitch. We're going to skip 2 stitches. That's the empty 2 stitches instruction they said. So we're going to skip 1, skip 2. We're going to put our hook in the 3rd one like that. Then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. Okay, so now we have to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. We've got our 2 chains. Then we have to do a double crochet stitch again. So yarn over. We're going to utilize that same stitch that we used. So stick your hook into that same stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, so now we have, where are we? We completed this whole line. Now we have to do this parentheses 17 times. We skip 2 stitches, we do our double crochet, 2 chain, double crochet, and then we keep repeating. So let me do this with you. Let's yarn over to start our double crochet stitch. We're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2. Put your hook into the 3rd one. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We're going to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. We have 2 chains. Then we're going to yarn over, put your hook into the same stitch that you just used. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, so let me help you with this one more time. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, stick your hook into the 3rd stitch, then we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to chain 2, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. Now we have 2 chains, and then we have to do a double crochet stitch, yarn over, put your hook into that same stitch we just used, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So as you see, we're kind of doing this kind of a design. It's pretty much the same ones that we've done in all the other videos. So we have 3 down. We have to do 14 more. I'm going to stop this right here and complete this all the way down the line. And then I'll come back in. We'll recount our little grouplings here so to see that we have 17, and then we'll move on to the next round. Okay, so we're going to count back to see if we have the right number of groupings here. We have our chain 5, we have that double crochet in the marker space that we did, then we have to have 17 of these groupings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So now we can move on to the next rounds. Round 3. So we have to chain 3, turn. We have to do a grouping of a double crochet, 2 chain, double crochet on the 2 chain space of round 2. Then beginning chain 3 as a double crochet. Okay, so this chain 3 is going to be considered as a double crochet stitch. Then we're going to crochet 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets on each of the 2 chain spaces of round 2 17 times. Okay, so let's break this down. We're going to do the 3 chains first. So we're going to yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. We have our 3 chains, and then we're going to turn. So we just show the back side, or now the front side. It doesn't really matter what side you call it. Just turn it. If that makes any sense. Okay, so now we're going to do the double crochet, chain 2 double crochet on the 2 chain space of round 2. So let's yarn over to prepare for our double crochet. So the 2 chain spaces would be this one, this one, wherever we did the chain 2 for that grouping. Alright, so we're going to do a double crochet stitch. So into this 2 chain space, put your hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we have our double crochet. Then we have to do 2 chains. So let's do 2 chains, 1, 2, and then we have to do 2 double crochet stitches. So yarn over. Now we're still working in the same space because this is all within the brackets, which means it's a grouping for 1 stitch. So yarn over, we're going to go into that 2 chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then we got to do 1 more. So yarn over into that same 2 chain space. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we have our first grouping. We have that 3 chain, which is considered as a double crochet. We have our double crochet, we have our 2 chains, and we have our 2 double crochets. Alright, so we did from here all the way to here. So then it says, then crochet 2 double crochet stitches, 2 chains, 2 double crochet stitches on each 2 chain space of round 2 17 times. Okay, so let's get this done. Yarn over. We're going to stick our hook into the next 2 chain space right here, right there. Put your hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to do another double crochet stitch. So yarn over, put in the 2 chain space, yarn over again, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Now we're going to do a 2 chain. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. We have our 2 chains. Now we got to do 2 double crochet stitches. So into the same 2 chain space, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. One more time, yarn over, into the same 2 chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So you see how we have our grouping again, and it's the same ones we did down here. 2 double, well, but this time it's 2 double crochet stitches, 2 chain, 2 double crochet stitches. Let me do this with you one more time. So we're going to yarn over into the next 2 chain space, put your hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into the same 2 chain space, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we're going to do 2 chains, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and we're going to do 2 double crochet stitches, yarn over into the same 2 chain space, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. One more time, yarn over into the same 2 chain space, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we've completed 2. We just have to do 15 more, and I'm going to cut this. We'll come back after we do 17 of them. We're going to recount it, and then we're going to move on to the next round. Okay, so for round 4, we're going to chain 1, turn, and we're going to do 8 double crochet stitches on round 3's chain 2 space. Then we're going to crochet a single crochet stitch between round 3's 2 double crochet stitches 8 times, and then we're going to switch to melon yellow yarn. So I always forget this part, but I have to stop myself before I complete the single crochet stitch, because that's where I'm going to switch to melon yellow, and I'll show you how I do that. So let's take this step at a time, break it down, make it easier. Oh, let me count this off first. So we have our 3 chain, we have our double crochet stitch, our 2 chain and 2 double crochet stitches. Now for this next clusters, we have to count 17 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so back to our instructions. We're going to chain 1 like that. We're going to turn it, just turn it. Then we're going to do 8 double crochet stitches on the 2 chain space that's right here. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to put our hook into that 2 chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to do this again, yarn over into that 2 chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to do this again one more time with you guys. Yarn over, put your hook into the 2 chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we just have to do this 5 more times to make 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Oh, whoops, just 5. Okay, so double check that you have 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So 8 double crochet stitches on the 2 chain space. Then we're going to crochet a single crochet stitch between round 3's 2 double crochet stitches. So that means this one here. We have our 2 double crochet stitches here, 2 double crochet stitches here. We're going to slip it right in between the 2. So for a single crochet stitch, we're going to put our hook in between those 2 groups there. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Just like that. Okay. So now we just have to repeat this parentheses 8 times. So let's do another 8 double crochet stitches in the next 2 chain space. So yarn over, next 2 chain space is right here. Stick your hook in the 2 chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So let's do that 7 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, let's double check by counting 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Then we have to do a single crochet stitch between the 2 double crochet stitches on the 3rd row. So that's these here. Here's 1, here's 2. We're going to stick our hook in between them, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay. So we have to do this 8 times. I'm going to be doing this, hold on, let me see where it starts. I'm going to be doing this 6 more times, but I'm going to stop at the single crochet stitch and come back because I want to show you how I switch out colors. So let's do 6 more of these double crochet, 8 double crochets, and we'll come back and we're going to do that single crochet stitch, but I'm going to show you how I switch colors. Okay, so I did this 8 times. We're going to count the humps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just didn't do the single crochet stitch in between these 2 double crochet stitches, but I did that because we have to change to the melon yellow yarn. So what I'm gonna do is, I had pulled out a larger loop so that I don't lose it. I'm gonna set this aside for now. I'm gonna take out the melon yellow yarn, and we have to cast on like we did in the very beginning of the video. So again, we're going to take our pinky and thumb, hold the end here, and then with our index and middle, we're going to hold the yarn apart, maybe about 2 inches. Then I'm going to take my hook side up. We're going to lay it perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around to make a loop. Again, I'll show you one more time. Perpendicular to the yarn, down, out, and around. Hold that crossover with your middle finger here, because we're going to let go of the left hand. I'm going to gather up some yarn around my finger. We're going to pinch the end of the yarn and slide the hook all the way down. Okay, you can wrap up the slack so it's easier. But once we get it close to your thumb, we're going to then pinch this cross section here, this crossing, with our thumb and middle finger. So hold it like that. The hook can't move. We're going to do a yarn over like that, and we're going to pull this through this loop. Pull it through the loop like that. Now, before we start tightening things up, we're just going to overhand the hook. We're going to take the knot with our thumb and index nails, pinch the end of the yarn here. We're going to push this knot all the way down towards the end until the knot can no longer go down. Okay, then we're going to take this side here and we're going to pull out this excess a little bit just to tighten up the knot and make it nice and snug. So now I'm just going to grab the knot with my thumb and index. While I'm pulling that towards the hook, I'm going to be pulling this that direction. So you want to pull it, but don't pull it all the way. We want to leave some slack like this. And we're going to slide off the yarn from the hook. We're going to set this aside for now. Try not to lose that loop. Okay, let's get back onto the project we've been working on. Put your hook back into that overlarged loop. We're going to tighten it up a little bit like that. So wrap some of this yarn. We're going to start doing partial part of that single crochet stitch. So you want to stick your hook in between the double crochet stitches here. Okay, we're going to yarn over and you're going to pull up a loop. Now instead of pulling this one, doing a yarn over and pulling a loop like we've done for single crochet stitches, we're going to use the different color. So slip that on there. You want to wrap that around your finger. Okay, you can hold this tight or hold it out of the way. But we're going to put this yellow, melon yellow through the two loops. And that's how we switch. Okay, so we're not going to need this milky white anymore. I'm going to cut this. You can leave like an inch or so, like that. And what I do is I'm going to tie it around the melon yellow just to make sure this doesn't unravel on you. So just go ahead and make a nice, not too loose, but taut, like that. We're going to double knot this. Okay, so now it's enough to where this is not going to unravel on you. And then we can move on to the next instructions. So let me just wrap this up here. We're done with this milky white. I can set that aside. I'm going to grab some yarn here. Okay. And wrap it around my finger. Now we're going to continue the rest of this. So we have to crochet 8 double crochet stitches on round 3's 2 chain space, then crochet a single crochet between the 2 double crochet stitches just like we did before, and we're doing this 6 times. So let me just do the first one with you guys since it's a new color. What I also want to do, just to make sure that this is secure, but also to tuck it away, we're going to crochet this extra piece in our stitching, and I'll show you how to do that. So we have to yarn over, We're going to do our double crochet stitch into the next 2 chain space, which is right here. Stick your hook in the 2 chain space. I want to line this up over the hook like this. We're going to stitch around it, so yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We have our first double crochet stitch. We got to do 7 more. So we're going to keep doing that, and I'm going to keep crocheting around this so I can eventually hide it. Okay, so let's do another one. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Oh, let's do this again so I can show you. See, I have that excess piece draping right over the hook. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, let's do this 6 more times into the double chain space. We have our excess draped over the hook. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we're just going to continue draping over this excess piece till we run out. That's how we're going to hide it. So let's do this 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me redo that. 5. Okay, let's double check that we have 8 stitches. 3, 6, 8. Now we have to do our single crochet. So we're going to stick it in between the double crochet stitches here. And then I'm still going to drape that excess piece over the hook. So we can yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now I just got to make 5 more of these. Once again, I'm just going to cut this off and I'm going to come back because we're going to do the same thing. We have to change to chicken yellow yarn. So I'm going to stop myself before I do that single crochet stitch so I can show you one more time how to cast on with the chicken yellow. Okay, so I did 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't do the single crochet stitch yet. I'm going to pull this out again, set it aside, and now we're going to take out the chicken yellow, and I'm going to show you once more how to cast on. So we're going to take with our ring and pinky and thumb, hold the end down here, take our index and middle finger and hold the yarn about 2 inches away. I'm going to take my hook side up, place it perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around to make a loop. Hold it there with our middle finger so we can let go. We're going to wrap some of this chicken yellow around our finger. Pinch the end of this yarn here and slide the hook down like that. You can wrap around your finger again if you need to. We're going to pinch this where it crosses up. If that happens, just do it all over again. Right. Okay, hold it here. Wrap some yarn around, pinch the end, slide it down. Okay, now we're going to pinch where it crosses with our thumb and middle finger here. Okay, once we've pinched that, we can yarn over, pull through the loop, Okay, so then we're going to tighten this knot up, hand over the hook, take your thumb and your index, and we're going to pinch the end here. We're going to push this knot down towards that end until you can't push it down anymore, right? Then we're going to take this excess piece and we're just going to pull it out to tighten up that knot a little bit, make it taut. Then I'm going to grab my index and thumb and slide this knot towards the hook while I pull this out at the same time, but don't pull it all the way towards the hook. We want some slack here. So we're going to slide this off the hook, set this aside for now. Then we're going to grab our project again, put your hook back into that loop and tighten it up like that. Okay, so then we're going to put our hook in between the double crochet stitches here. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and then rather than use this yarn, you want to hold this off to the side. We're going to slip on the chicken yellow, wrap this around your finger. We're going to pull this loop through these two. You can hold this out to the side or something. All right, pull that through, and we're switching colors. So then, like I did before, I'm going to end up cutting this melon yellow off. Be careful that you choose the right yarn. So the skinnier one is the melon yellow. I'm going to cut off about an inch of it. I mean, leave an inch of it. Okay. Put this aside. We're going to tie this around the chicken yellow twice. Not too tight. Okay. And then we're also going to be crocheting the excess piece in so that we can tuck it away. But now we can finish this last round. So change the chicken yellow, then we gotta crochet 8 double crochet stitches on round 3's 2 chain space, then crochet a single crochet between the 2 double crochet stitches from round 3. We have to do this 3 times. Okay, so like I said, line this up like we did before. We're going to start doing our 8 double crochet stitches. So yarn over, you're going to put this in the 2 chain space right here. Make sure these excess pieces are draped over the hook, and we're going to do yarn over, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's do this again. We're going to do this 7 more times. I have to count. Oops. Make sure you grab everything. The yarn is not of the highest quality, so the yarn is unraveling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. 8. Okay. Double check. 3, 6, 8. We're going to do a single crochet stitch in between the 2 double crochet stitches. Still have this piece. Okay, so now I just have to do this 2 more times. We're not changing any colors, so I'm going to pop back in when we have to get to the 12 double crochet stitches. Okay, so I did 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. I did my single crochet stitch. So now we have to do 12 double crochet stitches inside the last 2 chain space, and then we have to make a slip stitch on the single crochet stitches of round 1. After crochet is completed, leave 5 centimeters of yarn, hide the yarn, cut off the yarn to end, and wait for assembly. Please refer to the video for details. Okay, so now we're going to do 12 double crochet stitches. All right, in this 2 chain space here, the last one. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. You can double check to make sure you have 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. All right, and then we have to slip stitch to the first single crochet stitch on the first row. So you see how we kept the braiding? This is going to make it a lot easier. If we didn't do that, you might have a little hard time, but we can clearly see where the first single crochet stitch was or is. So I'm going to slip my hook into the front and back loops, okay, like that. And to do a slip stitch, we're just going to yarn over. We're going to slip through every loop on the hook, like that, and that's a slip stitch. So we're going to fasten this off now. We have 5 centimeters of yarn that we're going to need. So I'm guessing that each little block here is 1 centimeter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to cut it off here. I mean, that's more of a quarter. I really don't know what 5 centimeters is, to be honest. So just give yourself some excess piece. What did I do for this one? Jeez, did I not leave any? Oh, wow. Oh, did I tuck it away in here? How funny is that? Okay, let's not use that one. Did I do that to all of them? Okay. 5 centimeters. See this one? Did I do 5 centimeters? I tucked it away, I guess. Odd. Alright, let's just do 5 centimeters. Okay. Then we're going to fasten this off. And how to fasten it off? Uh-oh. what you're going to do is put your yarn, we're going to yarn over like that. We're going to pull it through the loop all the way out like that. And then we're going to tighten this up. So now we're good to go. And this is going to end up coiling it's around itself. I mean, obviously you can remove this. You could have removed this a long time ago. I just kept it on there. But we finished our next rows. Which one was this one? This one was the gradient yellow rose. Here we are. Now the next video we're going to be doing a different kind of gradient yellow. Okay, so we have the gradient yellow flowers, then we have to make the rose holder, and we make 5 of them, rose leaves, and then the assembly of 5 roses. So we're slowly getting to this bouquet here. It's nice to see that there's some assembly now for these roses, because I do have all these pieces. We have 4 pieces now. Let's see. Let's coil this in itself. 1. 2. 3, and then now we have our 4th one. So we have 4 roses so far. It's crazy how they're all yellow. I mean, aren't we gonna have pinks and reds? Anyway, alright you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a multi-part video, so please bear with me as I also do nail videos, and I had to do my PR daily nails, so that's been taking so much time. But join me again next time when we complete the last rows for this. It's just, I don't know, just trying to dress this up for you a little bit. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.